person before you pitch anything. Then once you've started a conversation and helped them with the stuff that they needed, and say that you're a copywriter and you just want to get some case studies and that you've studied their business and you really would love to work with them. Then if you're persuasive enough in the DMs, they will want to pay you to write copy for them and you'll have closed your first client. Now, this is the most important part of a copywriter's job, and it'll ensure that you actually make them money and that you'll get repeat business from them. So we want to use the same method before on ChatGPT, but with some tweaks. Now, let's say that their product is a course that helps people with various different health problems. I'm going to show it on screen what the product that we're going to use as an example is. And this is from my friend Steph's video, so make sure to check him out if this is interesting to you. Okay, so we're going to copy and paste this prompt in again and let ChatGPT do the work. So this list of keywords is basically a list of markets or groups of people who could use the product that we're selling here, or that our client is selling. So we might pick one niche of people and we might choose the word posture. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into Ankava and put this phrase into Ankava. So now Ankava is gonna do its thing. And so again, what we found here is we found a group of people in the posture niche who will have a problem that our product can solve. And what we want to do is find other similar subreddits or similar groups of people who will also have this problem that we wouldn't have otherwise thought of. So I'm going to click TMJ. That's a community of people who have a health problem called TMJ, and there's 47,000 people in there. Then what we can do once we've found this community is that we can scroll through here and we can find people who are telling us stories about their health issues caused by this TMJ problem. So this is what a good copywriter will do. They will look through the posts in this community and they'll begin to see patterns of problems that people are suffering from whenever they have this TMJ disorder. And they'll see that for this example, someone has a fear that their jaw is crooked because of TMJ. That's how you can basically deep dive into the problems of your customers in this niche, and that's how you'll get amazing results for your clients and obviously get repeat business from them. But there's actually a lot more than what I've covered here when it comes to positioning yourself as someone who gets paid thousands of dollars as a copywriter. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to get more clients than 99% of copywriters and actually go full-time. I'm sure you've heard Alex Hormozi talk about the school games.
The school games, the school challenge, the school community. School games, school.com.
But if you haven't, there's an insane amount of money being made on school right now. Right now, as a beginner, you can actually get in on the massive wave of money being made using this 3-step system. Number 1, use the fisherman method to find untapped communities full of money. Number 2, become a magnet that makes high-paying business owners come to you. And number 3, make these business owners happy so they pay you a fat stack of cash every month. So what is the fisherman effect? Well, you can find absolute gold mines everywhere if you understand this. Imagine your uncle is taking you on a fishing trip. You both have this little spot you're both going to go to that you always go to and it always gets you tons of fish. But then you go there this time and you find loads of other shitty little fishermen overfishing in the same spot. They're scaring away all the fish and they're leaving you empty-handed. Well, this is exactly what happens with school and honestly every other social media platform. It gets flooded because everybody goes to the same places looking to make money and nobody uses anything unique in their strategy. Then absolutely nobody lands clients because the place has been overfished. But this isn't hard to get around if you approach landing clients in a different way to most fishermen. And we're going to do that today with 2 different AI tools. The first one will show you how to find communities full of business owners, and the second one will help you keep those business owners as your clients month after month so you keep getting paid. And I'll show you that one later in the video. Now, every tool you need will be linked on the document on screen, but unless you watch the entire video first, none of this document will make any sense to you. So I suggest you watch this video, get the document in the link in the description, and follow along with the video as I do it. So the first thing we're going to do is copy and paste this prompt straight from the document into the free version of ChatGPT. But first, you should change these highlighted parts based on what you want to do. For example, let's say that we are a copywriter writing YouTube scripts for content creators. It's going to give us a list of keywords, which we will copy and paste into school to find unique communities related to the service we're offering. And now we can hop into school. Okay, so now we're in school. We want to look for any private or public communities full of the type of business owner that we want to work with. where they would basically hang out. So we obviously want to write YouTube scripts for business owners. So I'm just going to type in here YouTube and see what we can find. Okay, so this one, for example, this guy, I know this guy from a little bit of experience. This guy teaches people how to make money with school. So he has a private one, which is like 125 bucks a month. And then he has a free one. So if we look at the free one, there are 53,000 people in here. And these are people who want to make money building a school community. And they probably have to do that using a YouTube channel. So they make YouTube content and they build their school community, and that's how they make money, right? So what that tells me is this community is going to be full of people who want to build YouTube channels and build their businesses off the back of that. So there's 53,000 people in here. If we literally find 5 people out of 53,000 who we could potentially work with as a YouTube scriptwriter, that is a lot of money to be made. Now, I'm going to have to apply for this one, but it should be fairly easy because it's this. So I'm just going to put in some details here and then I'll join the group. Okay, so I've just requested to join this community. I can go out and do this to about 5 or 10 other communities, access thousands and thousands of people who I could work with, and then we move on to the next step. So this is one community where I can show you a really easy example of what you're going to do next, right? And so if we go to, this is the school community, so this is everyone who joins and builds a school community, basically has to join the kind of mega community. And if we join here, we see there's 95,000 people in here. And if we have a look, we can scroll down here and we can see that who's in the actual all-time leaderboard. So who are the people who have basically posted the most or given the most value or had the most likes on their comments and posts. And this is actually really useful if you want to learn how to get clients. So let's pick someone like Ted here. Ted's actually a former client of mine, generated a lot of money for Ted with one of my previous businesses. From having a quick look at his profile, he's able to get clients for his business through school. And he doesn't do it in a spammy way where he's posting, hey, come and work with me. And he just posts that all the time, or here's some value, now work with me. He literally just posts value, right? So he will post things like, okay, so he obviously makes some content here that helps other business owners make more money. And so as you can see, like he just posts a ton of value in here, and he actually plugs, like, he's like, DM me the word school. I wouldn't recommend you do this at the start because Ted's been here for years and he's like very comfortable with the community. Whereas if you're new, you could be considered spam and you could get your account blocked if you're trying to plug people to DM you. I would just show people what my expertise are, and by the time you've done some copywriting practice and you've gotten decent enough at what you want to do, you can just post expertise content on what you do. So if you're really good at YouTube scripts, you could just be like, hey, put a YouTube video in the description and I'll rate your script. Then you'll get a ton of people who are like, okay, I want to improve my YouTube scripts, and you just give them some advice, and then you can DM those people after and be like, yo, I help people with YouTube scripts, I charge X amount, would you like to work together? So the final thing I recommend you do when you set up a school account is have a decent bio and a profile picture. So people are going to see that you're posting value in these communities and they're going to want to message you. They're going to want to look at your profile and see what you're up to or why they should potentially work with you. And so if they see a really bad selfie of you in your bedroom as your profile picture or just some really terrible photo, they are not going to want to work with you. So you need to get something that looks professional. I highly recommend you go to an AI headshot generator. There's tons of them out there for free and there's paid ones that are a little bit better. And then just get some AI headshots done of yourself that makes you look professional. The next thing you do is do a basic little bio saying what you do, who you've worked with, and how they can get in touch. So send me the word script. If you don't have any client results yet, put something else here about why they should work with you. But you're not finished yet. See, what you need to understand is, if you apply what I've taught you in this video so far, you're going to get insane results. You'll have business owners knocking down your door to get working with you. But it doesn't matter if you get a lot of business owners who are interested in you if you can't actually deliver good results. From personal experience, it's very difficult to make 10K a month as a copywriter if you're not keeping your clients. The reality is, if you want to keep your clients, you have to be legitimately good at what you do. That's why we use our next tool and Canva to level up our skills very quickly. And as I'm about to show you here, I want you to remember one thing that's absolutely crucial if you want to make money online. The key to getting paid is taking away other people's pain. Let's say we're using that school method I showed you earlier and we're providing tons of value in the community. We find one person who really wants to work with us. We're going to be removing pain from his life whenever we write his YouTube scripts because it's a job that he no longer has to do and he can just pay you to do. So we can see that in this guy's bio, he helps people with knee pain. And as we can see on his profile, he teaches people how to have bulletproof knees. So to better understand our audience in the knee pain niche, we need to go to Ankava, which you'll only be able to find, by the way, in that link in the description. It's not publicly available. And then we're going to search for knee pain. This is going to show us various Reddit communities that we can explore related to knee pain. So immediately after 3 seconds of looking, we see this detailed story about someone who is struggling to find answers about their knee pain. But how does this help us as a copywriter who wants to make money online? Well, this tells us that people with knee pain struggle with finding answers for what the cause is. And when we're writing YouTube scripts for this client, we can talk in that script about how hard it is to find answers for your knee pain. This will capture people's attention because they'll relate to that problem and they'll understand what you're talking about. And I'm not even joking here. Doing things like this gets you paid. But we can actually take this tool a step further and use it to understand the clients. Now, there's a bit of a twist using it for this purpose. Since we're working with content creators, we'll put something like content in. And the same goes for the other method. You're looking for any pain points you can extract. Like this one. So this person is struggling to get views, and I had a guess that he probably has boring videos. And if he had a good copywriter that wrote scripts for his channel, he could make that a lot more interesting and get a lot more views. The twist to using Ankava like this is you should also understand how your clients talk and think. You do this by reading these posts and understanding the terms that they use, like algorithms, for example. And then when you're talking to someone you want to get as a client, you can drop in this buzzword a few times and let them know that you actually know what you're talking about. What you're seeing on screen right now can make you thousands of dollars online. Today, you're going to be learning how to do copywriting for YouTubers to make money. It's really simple, and I'm going to walk you through the entire process step by step, starting with step 1. First, I'm going to show you what copywriting for YouTubers actually is. Then I'll give you a cool website that allows you to get the email addresses of thousands of YouTubers. And finally, I'll show you a secret AI tool that you can use to get paid a lot more money by the people that you work with. So very quickly, copywriting is the skill of writing persuasively online. It's basically the skill of a dedicated way of writing that attempts to make people buy things from you. But with my new system, we won't be trying to get people to buy things from us, we're just going to try and get them to watch YouTube videos for longer. We can actually write a full script for a YouTube video, and then all the YouTuber has to do is read the script and they've got a video. This is actually a massive business, and you can get paid up to $1,000 per script if you're writing for huge YouTubers. So now that you understand the basics of what we're going to do, let's move on to the next step. So this is a document that I've put together including all the tools you'll use for this system, and you can find the link in the description down below to grab it for free. I recommend you open it now and follow along with the video as you do it. We'll send it to you via email, so if it hasn't come in the first minute, give it a few minutes and it'll work. And very importantly, if you don't watch the full video here, you won't understand how to use the document, so this will all be a waste of time. Now, how do we find niches of business owners or YouTubers that aren't commonly targeted by freelancers? Because then we can basically clean up all the competition and just take all of the clients for ourselves. Well, we're going to copy and paste this entire prompt into ChatGPT, and as you can see, I've highlighted some sections at the bottom of this prompt. These are sections I want you to change, and that's because if everyone who watches this video uses the exact same prompt, you'll all target the exact same clients and nobody will make money. But for this example, we're just going to say we're a copywriter writing YouTube scripts for an audience that's interested in building muscle. Now, we'll just plug this into the free version of ChatGPT, and it's going to pump out all of our keywords. Each one of these words represents literally thousands of potential clients in the next step. So this website is called Prosperity, and you can use it to find clients on YouTube. AKA, it's just handing us money on a silver platter. So now we're going to select and create a search, and we'll make sure it's on YouTube. Then we hit Discover Channels by Criteria. We'll paste one of our keywords from ChatGPT in here. I recommend using the advanced search so you can filter by the highest paying clients possible. But first, you need to select your categories. So just choose any of them you think your potential clients would be interested in. Then for the countries, just choose ones whose languages you actually speak. Then I'd filter to make sure that at least have like 10,000 subscribers and their total views are over 100k. And I'd say their average views are over 3k. I'd also filter and make sure that they have over 20 videos. So these filters allow us to basically filter out a lot of smaller channels. Look, sometimes smaller channels can actually make you money, like you can get clients with that, but in general, like your highest possibility chance is going to be working with clients who are a little bit more established. Now, I have closed clients before who have smaller channels than what I've shown you here, but if you want to work with clients on a mass sort of scale and reach out to a lot of people, your best with these filters. So you can just use the basic version or just use credits to get verified by email addresses. Now, this is going to take us about 30 minutes to start giving us a big list of email addresses, which will bring us on to our next step, which is what I like to call the ally tactic. Now, you need to approach this right or else you're not going to get very many responses and this method won't work. There are loads of spammers out there, so if your email is marked as spam, you just won't be getting any clients because they won't see your emails. So you need to send these emails in a way where you appear like an ally and a friend, as someone who actually is real and wants to help this person. So you can look at their channel and find something to compliment them on, like whether it's their setup, whether it's the way they talk, whether it's a joke they made, and then offer to send them a quick loom. Sending looms is literally how I've got paid like 200k from a single client. So this is definitely something I recommend you use. But the first thing you need to do is get them to actually respond to your email. So you should send something in an email along the lines of subject line, video about channel name, whatever the person's name is. Hey, first name, I really like how your channel explains complex fitness concepts in a way that beginners can understand. I would probably, like, this is just a placeholder. You need to be way more personalized than this. Like, you need to just say something that's actually relevant to them, because this is like, this doesn't work whenever you basically just send it, because it just seems so bland and basic. Like, people actually want to see that you've put a little bit of effort in. So this is where you go for a personalized compliment. So I help channels like yours grow their following with YouTube scripts that keeps the audience engaged. This saves you time and leads you to making more sales. Would you be interested in me sending a quick loom where I explain how I can help? Thank you, and then put your name in. Sending an email like that will land you a lot more clients than just sending a basic, unpersonalized email to a massive list of people. And that's because big YouTubers or business owners get sent thousands of crappy emails from people, and you just get used to it and you tone it out. So you need to step yourself above and let people know that you actually want to put the effort in for them. So once you start getting replies to your emails, you need to actually deliver on that loom that you mentioned you'd send them. You're basically just going to tell them in that loom who you are, how you can help them with their channel, specifically through script writing, how they're feeling, how you could improve. Do it in a positive way. Don't be like, you're really crap at this, I can fix it, because that's going to turn the business owner off if you say that. So do it in a positive way. You show them why you're the best person for the job. Now, if you're writing scripts, you need to give them a bit of sort of credibility of yourself, of like why you actually know how to write YouTube scripts that keeps their audience entertained or retained. Now, how do you actually get good at writing scripts? Well, you just practice, you look on YouTube. I'm going to post a lot of content on my channel in the coming months, so make sure to subscribe if you're not already. And you basically just want to show them that you actually know a little bit what you're talking about. You don't just say,
oh, I just keep you retained with great script writing tactics.
okay, what are the tactics?
I don't know.
You actually have to show them what you can do. And don't be afraid to show a bit of personality when you're making this loom, because people want to buy from a person that they like and trust. And if you come across as charismatic and just a fun person to talk to, then they're going to want to work with you more. Whereas if you come across like, hey, I'd like to work with you, I want to make some money, nobody's going to respond. Now, once you close a client through this method, how do you actually sort of keep that client paying you every month? Because a lot of people will get a client, deliver a really shitty service, and will never get paid again. They don't make any money. So this is where our second AI tool comes in. We need to deliver a really good service, and this tool helps us do that so easily. If you want the scripts that you write to actually keep people's attention on YouTube, you need to understand like what people's pain points are, what they actually want out of the video, and just actually understand who's watching the content. Because if you don't, you'll just make random videos that don't appeal to anyone, and the YouTuber won't get any views. And if the YouTuber doesn't get any views, you do not get paid. So if we go back to our list of keywords that we got from ChatGPT and just plug one into this tool called Ankava, you can only get it with the link in the description, but it's completely free. You just can't find this on Google or anything. So basically what this tool does is it goes on the website reddit.com and basically looks for communities based off the keywords that you put in. Now let's break this down, because it can look really complicated if you've never seen it before. For this example, we're going to say we're a copywriter who's writing sales emails for the fitness coaching YouTubers we saw earlier. We will choose a random subreddit like meal prep, and immediately what I notice here is a problem. So this person is struggling with gaining weight, and they tell us a little bit about themselves. And this basically tells us that people are looking to lose weight using meal prep, but they're not sure how to do it. You'll start to understand your audience a lot better, which will allow you to actually persuade them better with whatever services you're offering, whether you're writing a YouTube script to keep them engaged, or whether you're writing a sales email that makes them want to buy something. But we're not quite finished. We've got one more thing I want to show you. So there's another way that Ankava can help you land more clients yourself. In this example, let's say we want to work with YouTubers. You can literally just type in something that they would be interested in, like get more views. Well, we'll take a look. And if we look at this subreddit right here, we can look for posts that will tell us how these YouTubers think. And this post is about how the person is struggling with YouTube Studio. And this might not seem like a lot, but when you read these posts, you start to understand how YouTubers think and sort of the language they use, what they talk about, and you just generally actually know who you want to work with. Because if you don't know anything about these people and if you don't do any research on them, you're not going to close them. Like a business owner is not going to work with someone who doesn't have a clue about what they're doing. You have to think about it from the business owner's perspective. If you want to make your first 5K a month online, then you've hit a gold mine by clicking on this video. I'm going to show you how to land copywriting clients on Upwork.com that pay you thousands of dollars. I've developed an AI system that you can't find anywhere else on the internet, and I'm going to give it to you for free. My AI system will allow you to find clients that other copywriters don't know about and deliver amazing results so those clients keep paying you month after month. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can, number one, use ChatGPT to find hidden Upwork niches that other freelancers don't know about. Number two, how to land these high paid clients on Upwork. And number three, how to use this secret AI tool to level up your game and get those clients that pay you more money. So this is the document that has links to all the tools you'll use for this system. You can't get these anywhere else, and you'll find the link in the description down below to grab it completely free. But make sure you watch this entire video because you'll need every part of this system in order to make it work. So how do we find lots of Upwork jobs not commonly targeted by freelancers? Well, first, we're going to copy and paste this entire prompt into ChatGPT. And as you can see, I've highlighted some sections at the bottom of this prompt. These are sections that I want you to change based on the copywriting services you are offering. For this example, we're going to say we're a copywriter writing sales emails for a business in the relationship coaching industry. And we'll say that I want to work with companies that sell courses, online coaching, and ebooks on how to build healthy relationships. I'll also say that I write scripts for YouTube videos and other services here. Now we just plug this into the free version of ChatGPT and it's going to pump out 20 keywords. Each one of those words represents potential clients or niches on Upwork that we can just search up and find. These keywords will also work very well with our second AI tool here as well. Now, for our next step, you need to understand something crucial so you don't end up in a bad spot. Upwork is an absolute minefield for a beginner. And that's because there are so many clients on here who just want to underpay you because you're a beginner. And if you don't know what to look for, you'll end up with one of these terrible clients who'll pay you no money and you'll really regret it. Fortunately, Upwork can also be like a treasure map where you can make a lot of money if you know what to look out for with what I'm about to show you. Now all we have to do is look through and find clients we could work with. I recommend you go to this side panel here. You should select the category of marketing and copywriting. Then these next two are really important so that you land as many clients as possible. You want the number of proposals to be less than 10. The reason for this is the fewer proposals on a job means the less people that have applied for it, which means there's more chance that you can actually get the job. You also want to select clients here who have some experience, and this is mainly just to protect yourself because new clients are just like new copywriters. They're often hard to work with, which slows you down, which is the same reason to avoid clients that have like less than 4.8 star rating or lower. It's just not worth the risk of working with them. They could be really terrible and waste a ton of your time. Now that we've got our search criteria set up, we need to move on to our next step. So answer me this. Have you ever heard the term, never judge a book by its cover? What a load of bullshit. The reason that's bullshit is because in business, everyone makes a judgment on you with the first impression they get. So if they look at you and you look like an idiot and you look like someone they don't want to work with, they're not going to work with you. So that's why it's so important to present yourself in the best way possible if you want to actually get paid. So on Upwork, you have to write a cover letter for every job you apply to. And generally, this is the first thing clients see. So you want to make sure you get this step right. So here is how to write a money generating cover letter. Okay, now I'm going to break down the PAS formula as well as give you an example of a cover letter that you can write. So this PAS formula is actually one of the most important formulas in writing on how to structure your writing and how to actually sell. So the first letter in PAS stands for pain. So after you introduce yourself with a hello or you say their first name, you want to bring up pains that they're dealing with. Now, for people hiring on Upwork, the main pains that they have are finding someone they can work with who's actually decent at communicating, who they can work well with, having someone they can trust, and having someone who can just do the job on time. Now, the next letter stands for agitate, and this is where you're rubbing in the pain that they have a little bit more in your writing. So you're exaggerating the pain that they have to make them really understand that they need to fix this pain. And the final letter, S, stands for solution. And in this step, you're basically pitching yourself as the solution to the pain you've just presented in the previous steps. So here is an example. All right, so let's just ram through this. Pain as if his name is Connor. No, I'm joking. The pain is, hi Connor, this project sounds really interesting. I know it can be difficult finding the right copywriter who can actually deliver results on time, get it right the first time, and who's actually motivated to work closely with you. Now we want to agitate. That's why I'm not like most freelancers who bite off more than they can chew and don't put much effort into jobs as a result. I believe in quality over quantity, and I only select a few clients I know I can deliver results for. Now the solution. So if you're looking for a dedicated, safe set of hands to pass this on to, who can get the weight of this project off your shoulders, then I would love to hop on a call with you and see if it would be a good fit. Send me an Upwork message and click the schedule a meeting button in the top right. I'll confirm the time and we'll get this handled for you as soon as possible. Cheers, your name. I guarantee you, if you follow this structure, what I've just shown you, you will get clients, as long as you personalize it a little bit to the job. Say something about Connor, say his mum has a nice ass or something, don't say that. Just say something nice about Connor. Now, something else to consider is, if you don't have any reviews on Upwork and you're a complete beginner, it is a good idea to set your prices lower. Because you have to understand that you're going to be competing against other copywriters, and if you don't have any reviews, why would someone pick you over them? So what I recommend you do is add relevant work to your portfolio. So let's say you're applying for a ton of email jobs. If you've written like 20 different emails in your practice copy while you're getting better at copywriting, you need to put these in here. Put ones in that are relevant to the jobs you're actually applying for. And if you don't have any practice work yet, I'll share a simple method at the end of the video for how you can do that. Now, the last part of making sure that your first impressions come across well is having a well set up Upwork profile. Now, here are the 3 pillars to this. First, your profile picture. It should be a clear, professional photo of you, and ideally, you're smiling. Next is your bio. You should treat this similarly to how you write your cover letters and use the PAS formula, but go a little bit more in depth with your bio and make it a bit longer. And the last component is your portfolio. You should fill this up with a variety of past work experience if you have it. But if you don't have that experience, again, later in the video, I'm going to show you how you can come up with this stuff. So you followed the last 2 steps. If you follow those to a T, you will land clients and you will make money. But making money and landing clients is not the only part of this equation. You need to actually keep those clients if you want to make big money, which is where our second AI tool comes in. Once you actually know how to use this, you will never go back, because every single piece of copy you write will sell more of the client's product and will make the client want to pay you more money. Now, basically, this method boils down to doing your proper market research. So let's say, for example, you're selling a fat loss product. Who are you going to ask that's going to have pain points around this product? Fat people. So our second AI tool is called Ankava, and it quickly allows us to find these pain points from our market. I'm going to show you how to do it here. Now, if we go back to our list of keywords that we got from ChatGPT and plug one of those keywords into Ankava, wellness, for example. Now, Ankava is basically going to take the keyword that we put into it and search for a community of people or a subreddit of people who have that problem. It's also then going to find loads of other communities that are connected to that keyword in some way. Now, I'm aware this is some advanced expert level shit if you're a beginner copywriter, but this is the kind of shit that's going to set you apart from everybody else, and this is where you're going to actually make money. So this person is struggling with gaining weight, illness, and has a ton of pain points. You basically want to spend a couple of minutes browsing these different various subreddit communities and reading your audience's stories. This will allow you to properly understand your audience a lot better, which will make your copywriting a lot easier. You'll just be able to pull from these stories and just literally the copy will be made for you. But there's actually another way you can use this Ankava tool to help your outreach be even more potent. Potent means effective. So in this example, let's say they're interested in selling wellness products. That's probably an e-commerce business, so let's find a community of e-commerce business owners. And now, if we look at this subreddit here, we can look for posts that tells us how these business owners think, and we can just find pain points in them, just like we did with our target audience. Do you want to know the secret about Instagram that's making 20-year-old beginners heaps of money? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's hidden in AI and you won't find this in any other video on YouTube. And that's because I've literally only come up with this method in the last month and it's got our students some insane results. I'm going to show you step by step how to, number 1, use my simple AI method to find profitable niches. Number 2, how to juice your Instagram account so you can make 5k a month with it. And number 3, use my hidden goldmine tool quickly and easily to 10x how much each client actually pays you. There's just one disclaimer.